Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Super GT season round 6 from Suzuka. This is race 2, the endurance race. Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Super GT Championship on GT Sport. This is round 6 of the Championship Race 2 here from Suzuka, which is the endurance race. So pit stops in this one, and just so you know, the pit stop window will be in between lap 9 and 18 in this one. So you'll have to watch out for the pit stops halfway through. So let's go through the grid then for this race. So we have seat 1 on pole position after winning the last race. It's the order of the last race, and he is also on maximum ballast in the championship as well. And then next on the grid we have Uncle in 2nd place. He's on 3rd place weight in the championship. Then we've got Intrepid 3rd. He's moved up to 4th place weight as well. We've got Firepower in 4th place on the grid, and he's weight free, so watch out for Firepower in this one. Also watch out for Stevie, who's weight free as well in the Ray Brigg Honda. Then we've got Bidster 6th. He's on 2nd place weight in the championship, so both Calsonic cars running more or less the heaviest weights he can carry, so that will probably not help them out in this one. Red Bull is in 7th. He's weight free, watch out for him. Keith in 8th place. And we've got Bert in 9th. He's on the soft tyre, so he's the first runner on the soft tyre. I think he's the only runner on the soft tyre actually as well. Then we've got Jamo in 10th place. He's weight free in this. Blake is 11th in the Motor Law Tech car, with Bradders in the Wacos Lexus in 12th. Darren in 13th in the Craft Sports car, I think that is. And then we've got Neil, sorry, not the Craft Sports one, the other Lexus. Then we've got Neil Farmack in the Wacos Lexus in 14th. He's weight free as well. Techno is got a little bit of weight on. 5th place weight for him, 40 kilos on his car. And Rodder's at the back with no weight on his car either, so watch out for them at the back as well. So lots to watch out for in this race. There's the rest of the field going down the order. Let's see if everyone gets away this time, because I know there was a little bit of a problem last time with a few of the cars, especially around the corner. And oh, Rodders gets it this time. It looks like 15th place or 16th place. It doesn't start further back enough, and it's done what he did. It's done what happened to Techno at first. So look, he's still on the bridge, turning round, and then once the cars get control, there we go. The car's got control, and we are off for the endurance race. And Rodders has now got to get his car turned round, and he's now getting going, but that's cost him a hell of a lot of time. So Rodders unlucky there, and seat 1 then leads the way down towards turn 1. Into turn 1 he goes, oh, a bit hot, oh, catches the curve, massive slide for seat 1, and he goes down to 3rd, possibly 4th, if Firepower can get up the inside. Keith goes around the outside on the grass, tries to take advantage, and seat 1 gives Firepower some space there, but now they're all closing up. Bids is on the back of this group as well. Stevie's trying to get in there. It wasn't Keith, it was Stevie. It might have been Keith who fell back, but oh, it's all happened there. Firepower goes into 3rd then, and C1 goes down the order after the first corner. A little mistake, and that's not good. That's not how you want to start your race off. There's Bert and Jamo further back as well. Back up to the front. Uncle in the lead from Intrepid then. Firepower in 3rd, and then seat 1 with everyone else behind him. Remember, seat 1 and Bidster, the 2 heaviest cars on the grid. Uncle's got a little bit of weight on as well, 3rd place, but it's not as much as the others. Up to the hairpin then for the first time. We've gone out the Degners into the hairpin. Seat 1 holding off Stevie there. Back there, oh, a little bit of a tap between Red Bull and Bidster. Then we've got Keith defending from Bert and Jamo there. Jamo trying to get the nose of the Zent Lexus down the inside of Bert in the Nissan. Sorry, Bert is covering for Sarex in the Craft Sports car. And then we've got Darren back there in the Lexus covering for Will, who's not here as well. So he's running Zent Lexus in this one. So even though they're in the wildcard liveries, which we're not actually going to run next season. Oh, we've got a car off. Oh, seat 1's off again. Seat 1 has a miserable opening lap, and he goes off back down to 15th place, and that is not good for him. Meanwhile, Intrepid takes the lead at 130R. What a move from Intrepid at 130R. No holds barred in this one. Absolutely going for it. 4th place weight overtakes 3rd place weight. So the Denzo Cabelco Lexus of Intrepid takes the lead then from the Automax Honda of Uncle, followed by the Craft Sports Nissan of Firepower, closing up looking for 2nd. There goes everyone else through the chicane. Red Bull there's Bidster, Bert and Keith. Bert's past Keith. We've got Blake approaching Jamo as well. It's all happening in the mid-pack as well. Down to turn 1. Blake on the inside of Bradders, and Bradders goes around the outside of him. What a move from Bradders in the Wacos Lexus. He's getting confidence now in that car. Finally, it's took a while, but he's got the confidence in it now. Good lad. He's looking like he's a bit more of a threat now. Speaking of threat, Uncle is under threat from Firepower, but also Firepower's got to watch his mirrors because the Raybrigg Honda of Stevie's right there. The Raybrigg Honda's having a bit more of a better second half of the season, especially since the update to the Honda, which came at Autopolis. Obviously, the first couple of rounds were horrible for him. Because the car handled like, well, it handled awful really. It felt like it steered from the rear. But Stevie goes down the inside now and definitely not steering from the rear anymore, and absolutely got the grip on the inside and goes through. Firepower almost gets passed by Red Bull. He's got Hondas surrounding him everywhere. He's got Hondas everywhere. They won't leave him alone. We've got Bidster back there with Bert on the outside, looking for the inside for Spoon Corner. Remember, he's passed in Bidster with weight, who's got weight on. Red Bull now trying to go around the outside of Firepower here at Spoon Curve. This will be a very, very brilliant move if you can pull this off. Oh, holds it around the outside. Both drivers giving racing room. Fantastic job there by both drivers to be aware of each other's surroundings. But now Red Bull has got the draft of the cars in front, and he'll pull ahead into 130R. So Red Bull up to 4th, Firepower down to 5th. Bert looks like he could be challenging his teammate, but Firepower defends the inside. Oh, he lets him go through around the outside. So sensible move there from Firepower, letting Bert go through there. He knows he's got the fast. He knows he's a bit faster on pace. So good job there by Firepower, and he's going to try and attack back, but not quite attacking too hard as Bidster there trying to go. Oh yeah, is he attacking? No, he's going to pull him behind. He's just covering from Bidster, I think, into turn 1. Yeah, holds off. And Stevie now is in a Autobax Honda sandwich. So it's Lexus, Honda, Nissan, Honda. Where's the other Lexuses? There's only one up front. Everywhere there is Jamo there. So, but everyone in a very tight pack here. Very, very tight pack because we've got heavy cars mixed in there as well. Remember, Uncle and Intrepid are not light. They've got weight on 120 kilos on Uncle's car and 80 kilos on Intrepid's car. So Uncle's got a bit of a train behind him now. In fact, it's not a bit of a train. It is a train. As you go through the Degners, under the bridge, Stevie, little sliders, he takes a bit too much curb on the inside. Firepower has a massive slide as well, but Bidster is not close enough to counter-attack. Red Bull to the inside and a hairpin. Nope, all still holders 1. Further back there, Blake having a look at the inside of Bradders and just making a little gap there and getting through. But can Bradders get the acceleration out the corner? He's going to try. Everyone together, fantastic so far. Brilliant racing here at Japan, and these Super GT cars providing some of the best action we've seen in LPB Racing for a good while. Absolutely fantastic. Not to say that they've had bad racing, we've had some good championships, but this is ultimately brilliant because we've got a 16 car grid, absolutely full on the grid, and everyone going for it, absolutely everyone throwing everything they've got at it. So being wild, Stevie on the inside of Uncle for the lead, for second place now after folding. Uncle just a bit more speed in the draft of Intrepid down towards the chicane then. I think, we got Keith having a look at Bidster there, but no way through. Keith a bit slow through the corner, that could help Jamo on the way out with Bradders right behind him as well. Look, everyone's getting everywhere here, absolutely brilliant. As we go down the straight, everyone trying to bump and ball for positions. Intrepid's now got Stevie on the back of him. The Autobax Hondas are side by side as well. Stevie goes for the lead and takes it, and Red Bull takes advantage down the inside. Opportunistic move, takes advantage in the Honda and goes through in a second as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Stevie takes the position, and Red Bull, opportunistic move there, takes advantage of Intrepid going wide at turn 1. And, well, not going wide at turn 1, but, you know, not being able to take the racing line. And Red Bull with a brilliant move there, sneaking through. That is true racing instinct there. Uncle then with Bert behind him. Firepower still in the mix, but just not quite got the speed to keep with the guys ahead. He's just slightly falling back into hands of Keith here. Through the Degners. Watch everyone through the Degners. Oh, Bert putting it up the inside of Uncle then. There's contact between the two cars, and Uncle goes off, and Bert continues, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like that was a little bit of a last-minute move by Bert. Uncle did not expect that coming, and Uncle then goes off into 14th. There's everyone else. Oh, we've got spinners. Techno spun and someone else, and we've got Rodders in seat 1 side by side. Oh, it's Darren on the apex. Darren's been spun round. So it's all happened there in those few laps. Remember, we'll get some replays at the halfway point in this as Rodders with a 3-second penalty for some reason. That must be collision. That can't be due to track limits. That's got to be due to a collision of some sort. But you remember, collision penalties you do not have to serve. As Rodder's then on the comeback here. He's got the red mist after the game screwing him over at first, and yeah, that is not good. Hopefully GT Sport can do an update to the game that will sort that out. But Rodder's then on the back of Techno. Further up front then, everyone else close together into the chicane. Bidster's got Bradders for company now. And further up front, we've just starting to spread out a little bit now. So just to roll through the... Oh, Red Bull's took the lead from Stevie as well. So just to run through the order then, on lap 5, Red Bull in the lead, Stevie second, Intrepid in third. We've got Firepower in 4th place. We've got Keith 5th, Bidster 6th, Bradders 7th, and Jamo, Blake, Neil, Bert and Uncle. That is your top 12 as quick as that into the first corners. Further back, we've got Techno with Rodders behind. Then we've got Seat 1 in 15th and Darren back in 16th after the little incidents there at the hairpin that we missed. But again, we'll get that later on at the halfway point. So we go through up the hill with watching Keith. Bidster's now got Bidster's got Bradders and Jamo behind now. Jamo trying to join in on the fun as well. Further up to the front of the Degners, Red Bull starting to pull away from Stevie a little bit. Stevie trying to stay with him, but looks like Red Bull's got the pace. We go towards the hairpin though. Stevie's catching up, but no, doesn't go for the move into there. Just decided let's try and keep with Red Bull and focus on the long game. As well, there's contact between Jamo and Blake. As Jamo gets punted off there, Blake goes wide on the grass. I think he's waiting for Jamo. Just a little mistake there under braking, and he lets Jamo go through. So yeah, nice sportsmanship there by Blake. Just a little mistake of his own there and took Jamo with him. So unfortunately for Jamo, they have lost places, but at least Blake was nice enough to let him back through. So good sportsmanship there, and that's what we try and promote in LPB Racing, the sportsmanship. And Firepower now going past Intrepid. The lighter car of Firepower taking advantage of the Lexus with the weight on and goes through into 3rd place. Intrepid going down the order. He's done well to survive so far, but him and Uncle and the others going further back down. I think yeah, Uncle's in 10th place. And Seat 1's the other car with weight on. So the highest car with weight on now is still Intrepid. But then we've got Bidster, who's on 2nd place weight, 160 kilos. He's still in this fight. He's actually catching up to Keith now. So Bidster looking like he might start attacking Keith in the next few laps. Into turn 1 as Bradders has a lunge down the inside and Bidster runs wide. Bradders trying to sneak, you don't really see overtaking moves done there, but Bidster will hold on round the outside and gets the inside and then moves across, takes the racing line. So Bradders tries to, but remember, catching up is one thing, passing is quite another, and we know from past races what Bidster's defence is like. Bidster's got one of the hardest defences in LPB Racing, so he is hard to pass. Stevie then in the lead. Stevie back in the lead now from Red Bull. Stevie takes the lead from Red Bull. So Red Bull must have made a slight error somewhere. 153 on the last lap, 152 for Stevie. So it must have either just passed him on the straight or just made a little mistake and got through. But Firepower 3rd. Keith looking menacing on the back of Intrepid now. He's definitely got the grip compared to the Lexus out the corners. Down towards the Spoon Curve. Very famous corner in Japanese racing and international racing as well. She go into it very, very fast indeed. These Super GT cars, 95 miles an hour around that corner, and into the next one, just about 70 or 80 miles an hour, and then onto the straight. Super good flow around this circuit. It's always a very good flowing circuit, Suzuka, and it's one for the brave because it's quite narrow. One mistake could lead you going backwards. 130R as well, brilliant corner, 155 miles an hour, flat out in these cars. Neil Farr goes to the inside of his teammate. He's going to rise. He lost control and it reset him. So because he had to go across the inside, and the game decided to reset him. So I don't agree with that resetting stuff. It should just give you a massive penalty. But Neil Farr then ends up back in 10th place after trying to avoid his teammate, and unfortunately back down in 10th place now. So further up, so Bradders gets away in 7th, but now that's given Bidster a bit of a breathing room from Bradders, and now he can focus on Keith again, who is also focusing on Intrepid. Trying to get past him. go through the first set of corners. As we look further back, we've got Darren and Seat 1 quite close, as Darren runs wide in the Lexus, and Seat 1 puts it up the inside. Darren doesn't actually see Seat 1 there, so he should have been looking in his mirrors anyway if he made a mistake like that, but just not quite looking what's around him. But Seat 1 luckily got enough veteran experience to lift out of it and just make sure that everything stays okay. Back to the battle for 4th position then, because Firepower's not exactly getting away from this group, but in Keith looking like he's going to attack Intrepid, but if Keith's not careful, Bids is going to attack him, and so is Bradders as well, because again they're all closing up again. As they go out the corner, Bradders gets a little bit too much wheel spin and loses ground. Back to the hairpin, then we've got Uncle, Neil, Blake all together as well. And the battle for the lead still on as well. Stevie still in front of Red Bull, but Red Bull's sticking right with him now. So I wonder if they're going to wait for the battle of the pit stops. But Red Bull is destroying his tyres compared to Stevie. Look at Stevie's tyres. Watch the tyre graphic. We're going to swap to Red Bull now. And look at his tyres, are a lot worse. But now he don't care. He's on the inside of 130R. And oh, what a place to pass. That is not usually a passing place. It's either the very brave or stupid that passed there. But Red Bull must have been stupidly brave. Good move there by Red Bull. Firepower into the chicane. Oh, Intrepid goes wide. Intrepid goes wide. This is Keith's opportunity to go through. A little bit of contact to go out the corner. Bids has been passed by Bradders as well. Bradders goes around the outside of Bids into the chicane. Don't know if there was slight contact, but I think he went through all right. Burt then taking advantage of Bids' loss of speed with the weight on as well. Burt down the inside, and oh no! Play Bids that holds on around the outside. Bids that does not give up places that easy. But looks like Burt this time's got it, and Bids back down to 8th. He's going to have to survive in that position for a little bit now. There's Neil 9th, Uncle 10th, Blake closing up on him in 11th. And the leaders are still as close as ever. Remember, the pit stop window is lap 9 to 18 in this one. Just double checking myself there. So that lap 9 to 18 in this race is the pit window. So the pit window will open next lap. Remember, they've got a lot of people on mediums. I think it's only Burt that is on the soft tyres. So could he actually do something different? The thing is, he's been on those soft tyres, but he's still been he's not been able to actually get any more pace than the guys on the mediums because he's been stuck in traffic. So it might not work out for him, but it could work out for him near the end. No, it's not going to work out for him at all. Oh, commentator's curse, and he goes round. And he's got to wait there now until all the traffic's come past now. He's got to wait, got to keep waiting, and there should be a gap in a moment. There's another car coming round. There goes Darren. There's Seat 1, and now there's Jamo at the back of the grid. Jamo's had another off somewhere, I think. He's gone right to the back, and now Burt can get the car turned round, but unlucky for Burt there, not going his way now in this one. He looked good, but then the commentator's curse came along and ruined it for him. So Firepower takes 2nd place. Firepower's up with the leaders now. Firepower is up with the leaders, and he's passed Red Bull, and Stevie is looking like he might be under threat from Firepower as well, but Red Bull's had some kind of issue there, must have made a mistake somewhere or something, or Firepower's just closed up that rapidly. But brilliant job by Firepower. Firepower is in 2nd place in a race. Could this be Firepower's win? As he goes down the inside of Stevie to take the lead. Oh, into the inside. Stevie holds on around the outside, but risky to hold on. Firepower is not. He's not afraid to have a go in this race. Good to see the fire in the power as well. The Firepower with the firepower. But there goes Keith in 4th. Intrepid back in 5th now. So Keith's passed Intrepid now. And then it's Bradders and Bidster, with Bradders in front of Bids after the pass on the few laps ago. And Intrepid then looking like he's going to start slipping back if he's not careful. Then we've got Blake in 9th, Techno now 10th as Uncle goes down to 11th. The weight starting to take effect on that car and ruin its tyres, so we'll have to watch that till the end. There's Bids, Bradders, Intrepid and Keith, not in that order, the reverse of that order. Keith is now, looks like he might have to defend into this corner because Intrepid, yeah, he's defending the inside line, making sure Intrepid's not going to go for any moves at the last moment into the hairpin. And also Red Bull's got back past Firepower now, so Red Bull takes the place off Firepower again. It looks like Red Bull's tyres are about the same as Firepower's, but Stevie saved a lot of the tyres in this one, so that could help him towards the end. Remember that this lap now the pit window is open, it closes on lap 18. So lap 18, the pit window will close. It is open now for anyone who wants to stop early. Bradders then on the inside of Intrepid, trying to get the run on Intrepid, but can't do it. He's tucks back in for the draft. And can he ever go up towards 130R, or even better, he could set himself up for the chicane. I think that's probably what he'll do. Into the chicane, into 130R, and then down to the chicane. He's trying to carry all the speed he can, but I don't think he's close enough to have a go. He's not. They go into the braking zone. They all hold station as Bidster closes right up to the back of Bradders. Bidster not afraid of hitting the brakes there as... oh, Stevie's had an off! Stevie's had an off, and he's down to third now. He must have lost it in the chicane somewhere. And Red Bull takes the lead. Firepower now back up to second. Stevie's made an error, and it looks like he's just been pushing too hard, and just a little error is all it takes. And now he's got his teammate Keith breathing down on him. I don't think Keith will be too silly to pass him, but we'll have to see how the pace differs as Bidster on the inside of Bradders, then looking for a way through past the Wackos Lexus, with the other Wackos Lexus right behind. Bradders holds it around the outside with the less weight on the car. He can take a better line around the outside, and Bidster's tyres are on the way out compared to Bradders. So the Wackos cars surrounding the Calsonic Nissan with better tyres. The Calsonic Nissan with the tyres going off with the weight on the car as well. There's Techno 9th, Blake in 10th now, so Techno's gone up to 9th place, Blake down to 10th. There's Uncle under pressure from Rodders from the back of the grid. Very, very impressive drive this from Rodders after the game screwed him over at first. Few track limit penalties here and there, but at least he's been sensible about it as well. Oh, Blake's off! Blake's gone round. Oh, we were doing well, now he's gone round. He turns the car round and he's just got to slowly rejoin here, and Blake goes right back down to 14th place. Not ideal and unlucky there for Blake. Back to the leaders. Red Bull holds the lead in the Automax Honda. Second place is the Craft Sports Nissan of Firepower, showing his true credentials here in this championship at this late stage in the championship. Got this race and then one round left next time. So the last round will be at Kyoto, Yamagiwa and Miyabi, the actual combined circuit, which will be a long one, but should be fun. And we'll see if we get a champion crowned there. We will definitely get a champion crowned there, but who will it be? There's about 9 or 10 people who could still win this championship. In fact, I would dare say actually the whole field could still win the championship, really. So you never know who's going to get it. There's Keith. Bradders in 5th, Intrepid 6th. Bidster now down to Bidster down in 7th, but Intrepid is being passed by Bradders, so Intrepid goes down. So Bradders moves up. Bradders and Firepower doing very well in this race, actually really proving themselves in this one. Bidster with the pressure on Intrepid, and Neil trying to put the pressure on from behind. Just taking a bit of curb there, a bit more curb than usual. Red Bull up the top there. There's actually not too far between 1st and 8th really. 1st and 8th only covered by about 5 seconds or so still 5 to 8 seconds, maybe 10 seconds at a stretch. So very good pace by everyone so far, and it's going to be about the pit stops that are going to make this race, because we're on lap 11. Remember, you can you got until the end of lap 18 to make your pit stop. Once you start lap 19, your pit window is short, and Firepower is very wide there, but then he'll be able to get on the power early out of the corner, so it shouldn't affect him too much. There's Keith. Bradders, Intrepid with Bidster having a sniff down the inside, having a little look, but again the Lexus will have better traction with less weight on than Bidster, and Neil better traction than both of them, as Neil has a little look to get past Bids and no way through. The Calsonic Nissan puts up a wall of defence and there is no way through. The Wackos Lexus has to be patient, and patience will be key in this one. Bidster takes a nice tight line through Spoon Corner. It's amazing how still how much of a tighter line the cars with weight on can still take in this, because usually it'll push the cars wide with weight on, because you go into the corner too fast. We've got a car. Oh, Jamo's off in the background. Jamo's having a horrible race in this one. Horrible race in this one. He makes a mistake at the edge of the Spoon. He just runs too hot towards the second part and loses the back end of the car on rejoin and hits the wall, and now he's off up the hill, but he's in 13th place now. Not good for Jamo, as now he's down to 14th, the seat 1 passes him. Oh, we've had a car go as well. We've had a car disappear. Let's have a look through the field. Who could it be? I'm just looking through the field now. Uncle's obviously going to get passed by Rodders here. Rodders down the inside of Uncle, and he goes through into 9th place. Uncle then back down to 10th. We've got another car round up further ahead. I think we've had something else happen. Stevie's off! Stevie's off! Stevie's off, and now he's down to 8th place, so his race goes from bad to worse. Those rear tyres are cooked on that Honda, so absolutely dead, those rear tyres on that Honda. So that is not good. The front tyres are okay, but the rear tyres are finished. He's been just been putting the power down too hard, spinning up the rear tyres, and just been putting too much pressure on the rear. So look, he can't control the car now. It's oversteering, understeering. He just can't control the car. He'll probably have to come into the pits soon. But again, if he comes into the pits this early, it means he's got to go longer on the softs, which you don't want. Car round at the top. Ah, it's firepower. Oh, he reverses across the track, but luckily he's ghosted. I think they were trying to reverse across the track so he could avoid people, but a little bit dangerous. But I suppose it was as safe as it could be, but he should have really waited. But then again, do you want to wait and let the whole field pass, or do you want to get on with it? But firepower there, he really should have waited, but at least he kept ghosted, which was good. But firepower now down to 8th place, so a little mistake alters his race, and he goes from 2nd to 8th. So Keith now finds himself in 2nd, and Bradders is now on the podium in 3rd. Absolutely incredible. So it just shows you how the race can turn. You never give up in this. And then one prime example of never give up is Rodders. He's come all the way from the back, and now he's at the front. So just trying to piece together who's actually disconnected. So we're just looking through now. We've got both Autobacks cars. We've got Keith. We've got Stevie. We've got Bradders. We've got Neil. We've got Intrep. Oh, I think it might be Techno. Yeah, Techno's gone. Techno's gone. So we've got one Denzo Cabelco Lexus. As Stevie goes off at the chicane. So he's really struggling with that car now. He's definitely got a problem there. And the back tyres wearing very bad, and also probably overheating after the spins. So he's got to take it steady for a bit. If I was him, I'd let Darren go here and just focus on getting the car round to the pit stop window and go as late as you can, maybe around to lap 18 and then pit. But we'll have to see what happens there as he goes back up the inside of Darren after he runs wide, but all's well that ends well. So then Red Bull now finds himself with a nice gap. Rear tyres on the way out like the other Hondas, but still he's got front tyre wear that's just as bad as well, so it's actually evened itself out for him really, but we'll have to see if Red Bull can keep hold of that. Keith then in 2nd place. Keith in 2nd and drifting his way around in 2nd Degner. That's not going to be good for his rear tyres. You don't want to do that all the time. Bradders there in 3rd place, and there's looking as well with the fuel. People have to put a little bit of a top of a fuel in as well, so we'll have to see how much fuel people put in at this stage. So 4th for Intrepid, 5th for Neil. We've got firepower up to 6th place again in front of Bidster. We've got obviously with the less weight on, he's able to get right back up the field, so Bidster not challenging him. Might as well let firepower go and see what positions you can make up. Rodder's now into 8th position after all the spinny stuff by numerous other people. Actually, I've just seen a little battle coming into Spoon Curve. That's Stevie versus Darren, and Darren sliding his Lexus round now, so the tyres starting to go on all the cars here. So again, this championship isn't just about all-out raw speed, it is about conserving the tyres and fuel as well. You've got to keep an eye on both of them, and the tyres will not get you to the end, so you've got to make sure that you've got to go as long as on one set as you can, so the other set are not as long, so it's all about strategy. Bradders looking like he's pressuring Keith now. So Bradders in the Wacos Lexus. They're good race this for Wacos Lexus. And Keith under pressure then from the Lexus behind. He just moves out just to try and put Keith off into the corner, but you don't want to do that too much, but it works because Keith runs wide and Bradders now right on the back of him. But there's no way through past it in this section unless a car goes off, or unless you're very brave around the outside. But you'll need Formula 1 levels of grip for that. So that 14 of 27 here. We might as well get some replays into the first half here now as well. So we'll go and do that now. Here are the replays from the first half. And now here are the replays of the first half of the race. Okay, here's the first of the replays then, so you can see we're actually supposed to start in 16th place, and it's put Techno back there in 15th, and then the game's got confused with itself like it did before with Techno, and it's literally decided, let's drive down the other side of the circuit. Oh no, let's just go and crash into this wall, and then, oh no, let's reverse now, and then let's go straight again, let's face the crowd, and now Rodders has now got control, and now he can get the car going where he wants. But that is an absolutely stupid thing that Gran Turismo has done there. Okay, now here's a replay. What happened to seat 1 then on the first lap at Spoon? So watch, here we go into Spoon, and he's on the outside. He catches the AstroTurf, round goes the back end, and bids to his teammate. Very lucky to avoid him there, and Red Bull, and he gets himself on the infield. He's now going to try and find his way back to the circuit. There's the corner, and there we rejoin. Okay, here's a replay of some action that happened at the head of the field on lap 3. So watch here, Intrepid goes wide into the chicane, missed his braking point. There goes Uncle. He goes around the outside as contact as Intrepid rejoins, and then everyone closes right up. Bert's in there, Stevie's in there, Vince is in there, everyone's in there, and then the battle continues down towards turn 1. Fantastic racing by all. And now here's a replay on board with Firepower, and this is what happened between Bert and Uncle. So watch ahead. See Bert's behind Uncle here into the corner. Bert gets a good run through the corner and then dives up the inside. There's not really a gap there and sort of forced his way through, so Bert will probably have a penalty for that. And now here's another angle of that from the outside cameras, then looking at Uncle all the way through the incident. So we're going into the first exit. Watch Bert's run through here. Bert commits himself through here and goes to the inside, but then it's a bit of a late dive, hits Uncle off the track, and yeah, not very good, not a very good move that really, and Uncle goes right all the way back down to 14th. And now here's a replay of what happened at the hairpin further up. So you see there, Bert's actually slowing down to let Uncle back through, but then causes a bit of a traffic jam. Techno has to avoid Neil and then ends up going onto the grass, braking, hits Darren into a spin, and then has to wait for Darren to rejoin. So just an unfortunate chain of events there. Not Techno's fault really, because he had to avoid Neil and Bert, but yeah, it's one of those things. And just a final replay on that incident. Here's Techno's onboard view. See there, Bert slowing down, we break into the corner, bit deep, you have to avoid onto the grass, and Darren is unfortunately wrong place, wrong time, ends up getting spun round. Techno does wait for him, which is honourable, but yeah, unfortunate incident. And now here's a replay of the Blake and Jamo incident at the hairpin on lap 5. So watch here as we go through the corner, watch Blake's car, he just catches the grass there as he brakes, bang, hits Jamo, and then Neil Farmack and Bert are like, come on, get on with it, and then a bit of contact between them two, but then Blake does wait for Jamo anyway. And then just after the hit from Blake, Jamo on warm tyres just goes straight on the after turf, and round he goes into the gravel, just not having a good time on those few laps, just got the tyres too hot after the punt from Blake through the gravel, and unfortunately just lost it in the next corner, just lost his cool a little bit, but I'm sure Jamo will be able to get himself back up the field. Here's a replay of something that happened between Red Bull and Stevie then on lap 5 at the chicane, going down to the chicane. Red Bull defends the inside, brake into the corner. He's not going to make the car into the corner on the AstroTurf. Tries his best to rejoin safely. Stevie gives him space on the outside, and Stevie takes the lead for a brief moment. And now here's a replay of what happened to Neil Farmack on lap 6. Watch Neil Farmack's car, the car on the right, into the braking point. He chooses to miss the corner completely because he knew he was going to run wide. And then it ends up resetting him all the way back here, and he's lucky that Uncle didn't hit him, because it wasn't his fault really, but his car was ghosted, and it unghosted just as he was coming past, but very unlucky there for Neil. And now here's a replay of some brilliant racing that we missed on lap 7 while we're looking further back. Red Bull gets a really good run through the left-right section. Stevie goes wide, Red Bull senses the opportunity, goes to the inside, carries speed around the outside of the left-hander, and now he's on the inside for the run up the hill, but Stevie tries to go around the outside of him. They're still side by side as he comes up to the Degners, but Stevie just holds it on around the outside and holds on to his first place. Now here's a replay of an incident between Bidster and Bradders on lap 7. So Bradders goes up the inside of Bidster, not really a move on there. Tap, bang, and actually forces his way past Bidster there by tapping him. So that'll probably be under review, but Bradders will be quite happy with himself, and Bidster will be livid. And now here's another battle between Red Bull and Stevie on lap 8. You see we go side by side up through to Spoon Curve, and then we go into Spoon. Stevie's on the inside. Red Bull holds it round the outside, very brave, but then he hits the curve a little bit there, and then boom! Stevie gives him a nice little tap into the back end, and Red Bull finds himself skating across the gravel. Stevie, though, is waiting patiently up ahead to actually let him back through, trying to get up to speed as well. Firepower's thinking, aha, it's Christmas, I want to get past you both here. But then Stevie keeps going, and Red Bull stays in third place because Firepower split them both. So I wonder how they'll resolve that later on. Here's a replay of what happened to Stevie for him to go back down the order and, on lap 9. So we're watching through the chicane. Watch the exit here, gets on the power, and he's big hell, but he runs wide, too much power, too early. Runs wide off the track, don't know what he was doing there to go wide there, very strange place. Well, then he goes down to third. And now here's the replay on lap 10 of something that happened to Blake. So we're going through the first Degner, everything looks okay, into the second Degner, and everything looks okay, but then he just gets too much power on the back end's rotating round, and he goes round, spin, 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 off the wall, 360 and a 180, bang into the wall. The photographer's there ready to take his picture and embarrass him, but Blake then goes down to 14th with a massive spin. And now here's the second incident that happened to Stevie for him to lose a lot more places and a lot more time. So he gets a massive twitch out of turn 1 onto the grass. Now he's trying to slow down the car and rejoin, but as he hits the tarmac, there's one tyre grips, the rest have not got any. Full 360, and then there goes everyone else. Keith goes through, he gets on the power to try and get out of the way of everyone, then ends up going right back down the field to 8th place. And now here's a replay of how Jamo's race went from bad to worse on lap 12 as he goes up into the hairpin. Brake, 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 and into the corner nicely, but then on the power, he does a completely not like Jamo, and too much power into the wall and loses himself another chunk of time. And then after the moment that he had Stevie on the end of the lap, here we go at the end of the lap. Business run wide there after going side by side with Neil Farmack through 130 out, which is a bit mad, but then watch Stevie's car here, gets through on bids, but then gets too excited, puts the power down too early and spins off into the gravel on the infield, and that's where we saw him rejoin, where I thought he'd actually run wide, but no, it was in fact he'd put too much power on out the corner, too eager to get ahead of Bidster, and then ends up finding himself now down in 10th place. And now we return to the racing action. And as we come back from that, then we come back to the Ray Brick Honda of Keith, with Bradders and Neil Farmack in the Wackos Lexus chasing him down as Neil goes through the gravel there, and that will not help him out there as Bradders then goes through, well, not through, but Bradders stays in 3rd and Neil Farmack loses touch with the guys in front. Just taking a drink there as we go out of the corner. There's Firepower in 6th place. He's catching up to Intrepid now. Remember, Intrepid with the weight on his car. Firepower's tyres are a bit worse, but the weight makes the difference. You could have a car that's got more worn tyres, but if it's lighter than the car in front with the weight penalty, with no weight penalty on, then it will be faster. We go out the corner, down to out of Spoon, up towards 130R that Red Bull's just gone through now. He's still in the lead, still looking good, probably looking to go as far as he can on this set of tyres. Bradders goes through into 2nd place, and Keith goes down to 3rd. Must have got him on the draft out the corner, but Keith hasn't looked down the inside, or either that was defending from Neil Farmack, but Bradders takes 2nd place. Keith then has got to try and hold off the 2nd Wackos Lexus now of Neil Farmack, but Bradders is gone already. Bradders is gone, and Keith's just left there to struggle with the rear tyres going off on that Honda. Looks like the Honda's good at the first bit, at the first part of the race, but in the latter stage of the tyres, looks like the Honda's not quite got the levels of grip that the front engine cars have. Oh, Bradders goes off! He does all the effort to get past Keith and throws it away, and now his teammate has a go, and now he's got to try and get on track before Intrepid comes through. Got to get the dust off the tyres. Should have done that by now, probably. I think, yeah, by now it should have gone. But Neil Farmack then left to have a go at Keith now after Bradders gets past, but he then makes a mistake and loses position, so he needs to gather himself up, just get his head back in the game, and he should be okay. Over the hill, the sound of the Super GT cars, phenomenal noise from these cars. 4-cylinder inline 4-cylinder engines with turbochargers producing up to 600 horsepower. Absolutely incredible power from these units, and they really do provide a lot of power, and also with the aero package a lot of downforce and grip as well, with the diffusers and everything. Absolutely insane levels of grip, and also they can race each other because they've not got the same downforce as an F1 car, so they can actually run in line without losing too much grip. But Rodders has passed Bidster now. Rodders with the comeback of the century. Rodders coming back from like 15 seconds plus 20 seconds behind at the start after the game. Well and truly screwed him over with turning his car into a robot like Technos did earlier in race 1. But Rodders has come back to absolutely fighting now, and Rodders up in 7th place as Firepower has a little look at Intrepid, but there's no way through 130R, and he's not even close enough yet to have a go. as Bradders and Keith together. Neil Farmack's in front of Keith now. Neil Farmack makes his way into second place. Keith down a third. Bradders now having another look at the Raybrick Honda in front of him. No one choosing to pit at this point. Still no one pitting. Remember, the pit window's been open since lap 8. It closes on 18. I would imagine lap 17 and 18 the pits will be very busy. Firepower down the inside of Intrepid, then down the straight towards turn 1. Rodders looking to make it 3 wide. Rodders going down the inside, making it 3 wide, and passes Firepower. Firepower is the Zonta in the Hakkinen-Schumacher sandwich. An absolutely brilliant move there. And Rodders now, tap, tap, bash, bash. Hello, Intrepid, I'm here, I'm back. I'm wanting some more. As we go through the left-right section at the first part of Suzuka, Bidster just sat back and just laid back in his armchair, just absolutely watching this entertainment unfold in front of him. We've got one car in the pits already. One car in the pits. That's Blake. Blake's decided now's the time. So Blake comes out then on medium tyres. Did he? Oh no, soft tyres. There we are. It's changed now. Soft tyres for him, and Jamo's still going around on his mediums. But Blake now on the soft tyres, a little bit earlier than everyone else, just trying to catch out everyone else and see if he can take the tyres to the end, because his mediums weren't too bad. So we'll see how he goes. There's everyone else then up to the hairpin. Intrepid a little bit wide there. Rodders looking for a way through. Firepower on Bidster as well. Uncle's back in this now as well, as Bidster's tyres are well and truly dead. Look at the tyres on that Nissan. And let's watch Uncle. Yeah, the Uncle's got better tyres than him, so Bidster's tyres are dead. That's the weight fear. He's trying to keep soldiering on with the weight, but I suppose he needs to go as long as he can into this race. It's worth sacrificing the speed now for having fresh soft tyres towards the end, because obviously the later you pit, the less laps you've got to do on the soft tyres. So I'd imagine these next couple of laps are going to be the key points of the race with the pit stops. We go through 130R with the guys. There's Red Bull, and he's in now. Red Bull's decided now's the time. The medium tyres are on the way out. Neil Farmack comes out of the corner. Oh, why has he gone to that view? 1 minute, guys. Sorry, it's changed the view for some reason. There we are. Neil takes the lead, and we've got Bradders coming through. Keith's in the pits as well. Keith comes in. Camera's going a bit funny here, guys. Sorry about this. As we change between people, we'll just keep going. So we've got Bidster in the pits as well. Bids is in from further back as well. Obviously the medium tyres not, there's no tyres left on that car, so he's got to pit now, really, I suppose. And out the pits he goes. So now we'll have to wait until the end of lap 18 onto the start of lap 19 to piece together everything that's happened from the pit stops. But Neil Farmack in the lead. Wackos Lexus 1-2, but Red Bull's out the pits already on the soft tyres, and he's already behind Bradders, and he's looking to get round the outside of him up the hill. Beautiful move. That shows you the level of grip he's got round the outside of the Wackos Lexus up the hill, and before they get to the first Degner, he's already in front. What a move there from Red Bull round the outside. Another car in the pits further back. That must be seat 1 from further back as well. Remember, he's got maximum ballast on in this race, so he's pitted now. So Red Bull is definitely going to be in the lead of this race after it on, because he had a good lead anyway, and he's already got a good gap. He's only got 10 laps to do on them tyres as well, so that's pretty good. Rodders then in 4th, tyres on the way out. Intrepid 5th, Firepower in 6th. We've got Uncle there in 7th with Keith out the pits on the fresh set of soft tyres as well, so we should see a good speed difference from here through here with Keith on the new tyres. Down a couple of gears into the corner, and he's already on the back of Uncle there. You can see running wide there, but he's already on the back of him as they power out the corner down the hill towards 130R. Keith's going to have to be careful, because a lot of these guys will be into the pits this lap, or next lap. Remember, the next lap is the last lap you can pit. Red Bull's already right on the back of Neil. You'll know that Neil's pitting anytime soon, and Neil might even go in now, I think. Yeah, he's going in now. Neil goes in now on lap 17. Red Bull resumes the lead of the race. He's put a little bit more fuel in as well. Bradders is in as well. Wackos Lexus has taken to the pits. Rodders goes round again. Could that be the decision that makes the race for Rodders? And Uncle as well. And Keith. Keith's already pitted, but Uncle goes round as well. So again, wanting to go as late as he can on the tyres. So again, Uncle and Rodders could be on something good here. Neil Farmack's already out in 2nd place. Keith 4th. Bidster's there. He's come out obviously with the fresh tyres. He's had a good outlap as well. There's Bradders. Stevie at 151, fastest lap of the race. 151.1 by Stevie. Really pushing hard now to try and regain time from what happened earlier. Made a few mistakes earlier on in the race. There's Intrepid and Firepower as well. Just put up to half tanking to get to the end. There's Bert, Blake, Darren. Jamo's out the pits now as well. There's seat 1 back there as well, so Jamo comes out ahead of him. and Jammer with the lighter car should be able to get ahead anyway. It should be a lot better to get ahead. And Rodders' tyres, look at the front right on that car. Front right on the graphic at the bottom left, absolutely toast. The white equals how much is left on that tyre wear wise, so he's probably got about 20% of that tyre left, 80% worn, so absolutely taking the tyres to the ragged edge. But again, that means he's got less. He can do the minimum run on the soft tyres. He'll only have 9 laps to do on the soft tyre, or thereabouts. So 8 or 9 laps on the soft tyre. So that will really help him out there as he goes out the corner. Number 69 goes down towards up the hill and up towards 130R. And Red Bull is in the lead of the race. Red Bull at the chicane, well and truly in command here in the Autobacks Honda. Neil Farmack is in second place, but the one thing with Neil is he's not put much fuel in. So Neil obviously confident he can get to the end on whatever fuel he's got on the car. Rodders now has been caught massively by Keith, but again Rodders has got to pit this lap. He's got to pit this lap. All cars who need to pit must be in this time. Rodders is in. Bidster goes round, Keith goes round, Stevie goes round as well. Uncle's in. There's Bradders, Firepower comes through as well, so we'll have to see where Rodders and everyone else rejoins. There's Bidster, Stevie 5th, Bradders 6th, Firepower 7th, Intrepid 8th, and there's the 2 cars out the pit lane as Uncle and Rodders. Rodders has to cross over the white line a little bit there because Uncle was alongside him, so Rodders just having to play it safe there and run a bit wide. So I don't think that'll be a penalty, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the stewards say at the end of the race. As Bertie's pitted, he's on the medium tyres. He's been on them for quite a while now as well, by the look of it, and looks like he'll have tyre problems towards the end of the race. There's Blake 12th, Darren 13th, Jamo 14th, Seeking 15th. So let's just run through the order then. So we've got Red Bull in the lead, Neil second, Keith third, with Bidster right behind him. But again, Bidster, I know he's only been out of the pits a couple of laps, but already starting to see wear on those soft tyres because of the weight on the car. He'll do well to stay with Keith, but I don't think he'll be in the fight too long. Stevie's right behind him as well. He's on the 151 last time round. But brilliant lap there from Stevie at that last time round. Brad is in 6th, they're still having a very good race here. Firepower in 7th, not quite got the pace yet. I'm just still getting used to the soft tyres. And Intrepid back in 8th position. Uncle in 9th, Rodders 10th, Bert 11th, Blakeney 12th, Darren 13th, Jamo 14th, and Seat1 in 15th position. But as we go back to the battle for third, up towards the chicane, it's still Keith holding on. Slight defensive line there from Keith, just making sure Bidster does not even think about sending it up the inside. But then, because he defended into the corner, Bidster gets a good run out the corner, and now he's in the draft. But again, he's got the weight on, so he'll only be able to steer with him. But Stevie now, looks like Stevie's going to be the threat here. Stevie's looking to make a move on Bids. Down the inside he goes. No point Bids defending too much, but uses the racing line to hold on to the position. Remember, into turn 1 at Suzuka, you don't always have to defend on the inside, because it can mean actually that you're slower through the corner and someone else could overtake you on the outside, or even do the switch back from the outside to the inside for the second part of turn 1. So you've got to be very careful there, but again, it bids to taking the line that works, and Stevie has not got a way around. But Bradders looks like he's going to be looking for a way around Stevie at some point. It looks like that Stevie's fastest lap's been beaten by someone. I don't know. Oh, Neil Farmack 149.3. Neil Farmack is taking it to Red Bull. He's absolutely on a flyer here. Red Bull 150.2 last time round. No slouch, but a 49.3 is qualifying standards for Neil Farmack. Brilliant stuff. Keith defends the inside from Bidster. Ray Brigg versus Calsonic versus Ray Brigg versus Wakos for third place. Incredible scrap this for fourth. Further back, Firepower is still holding on from Intrepid, but Firepower has lost contact with the front group after that little spin that he had earlier. And obviously the pit stops have shown you whereabouts he'd actually come out. There's the rest further back. We've got Blake now ahead of Darren in 12th and Bert in 13th. But the main battle is still for third place here. Bidster in the draft of Keith up towards 130R, but again the lighter car of Keith will have the advantage here. Bidster still carrying good speed. Actually, he could look for a way through here, but no, doesn't bother to go for it. Over one curve, over the other. Nice. Looks like Bidster's got naturally a bit more confidence in the cornering speed of his car than Keith does, but Keith with the lighter car having the advantage at the moment and quite enjoying taking the advantage as well. Further back there is Firepower and Intrepid still quite close together. Firepower still with the advantage in that position. Rodders in 9th. Good pace for him in this one after the horrible start that he had with the game screwing him over. Just makes his robotic, making his car sort of turn around and hit the wall. With it, that was the AI driving, so a bit of a glitch there, but it was okay. Red Bull has tried to respond. He's still in the 150s, so he's still keeping the pace lit here. But Neil Farmack has got a little bit more better tyres. But the thing that Neil Farmack's got to watch out for is fuel, because he's just under a quarter of a tank and he's still got a few laps to go here. So he's got to watch that fuel load. He might be lighter, but he's got to watch that fuel to the end. He's got to have enough left to fight and stay with him. There's Keith, just over a quarter of a tank for him. So actually Neil Farmack might hit the nail on the head here. Everyone else might have been a bit too conservative, but again, we'll only find out at the end of the race. Further back there's Blake with Darren having a little look into the Degners, but no way through. Blakeney holds on to 11th. Bidster defending from Stevie now down the inside. Stevie trying to go around the outside, but Bidster defends the inside, and by doing this, Keith's getting away. Bidster is holding on to his 4th place for now, but Brad is looking like he's menacing as well. Will Stevie ever go into 130R? I don't think he will, but Bidster covers off just in case he's thinking about it, and then moves back in. So veteran instinct there from Bidster, but Stevie goes on the grass, hits the AstroTurf, and massive slide. How is he going to stop the car? Oh wow, what a hold there from Stevie. Massive slide, holds onto the car and keeps going like nothing ever happened. And Keith looks like he were a bit slow at the chicane. Bidster closes up, and now Stevie again is going to have another go into towards turn 1. Will he go for the inside? I don't think it's close enough. He's not close enough. Bidster defends the inside anyway, just to make sure there's no last minute hope for Stevie as Keith goes into turn 1. He's under massive pressure now. He's got the Calsonic Nissan still behind him. Stevie trying to get past him so he can take pressure off Keith, but Bidster proving he's hard to pass through the first sector. Left, right, ultimate tyre destroyer. Aerodynamics absolutely crucial through here. You can see Bidster not able to keep with Keith through there with the weight on, and also with the turbulent air. Slight turbulent air, that is. Not as much as F1, but still there. Brothers has a sneaky look down the inside of Stevie, just trying to put him off, but it didn't work. Further back, Firepower still in 7th place. Intrepid doing well to stay with him with the weight on as well. Very impressive drive by both these drivers. I know Intrepid was in the lead at first, but considering the weight on his car, he's done very well. Firepower's done well, apart from one mistake he made, which could have actually, if he didn't make that mistake, he would have still been up in the battle for 4th, but unfortunately the mistake was made and he lost a lot of time. He lost a lot of positions for that as well. So there goes Keith in 3rd place. He's pulled away from the rest a bit, but Stevie's now past Bidster. He must have passed him on the run up to Spoon, and he's passed him now. So we go on to the straight end. Will Bradders have a go into 130R, or will he stay? No, he's not going to be close enough here. Will he ever go into the chicane? I don't think he's got a good enough run. Bidster's got massive confidence through 130R, even though he's got the weight on the car. I don't think that was a move to pass. I think he was trying to stop the car. He went in a little bit too deep, and he just had to avoid, just to make sure he didn't tap the back of Stevie and send him off. So good awareness there, and Stevie saw him as well, because you saw Stevie's car flutter on the brakes as well. Just letting off the brakes a bit, just to make sure he didn't hit him. Further back, we've got another battle on here. We've got Blake, Jamo and Darren together. Blake and Darren side by side through the chicane. Darren going for the switchback on the inside, no way through there. Blake holds on to 11th, and Jamo's right on this bunch now, and Bert's back in 14th. So Jamo's finally got some pace in this last part of the race, but unfortunately it's a bit late. But he might be able to make up a couple of positions at least. So back up to the battle at the top of the field. Then it's Bidster in 5th with Bradders now. I don't think that Bidster's going to be able to stay with the Raybrick Hondas now. They'll pull each other along, and Bidster's now going to have to fend off from Bradders. But look at how close Neil is to Red Bull. But look at Neil's fuel. Remember, you are allowed in the last 4 laps of the race to actually pit for emergency fuel if you need a quick top up. But I don't think Neil will want to do that, because he'll lose time to Red Bull then if he does that. But if I was Neil Farmack at this point, I would be very concerned about fuel. So Red Bull's got plenty of fuel, but obviously Neil Farmack has got a tyre advantage, so I wonder if Neil might even pit in the last 4 laps, just to top up a little bit and then go for it. But with the pit lane being fast, he could get away with that, but we'll have to see. Bidster then getting passed by Bradders on the inside. Bradders goes through inevitably past Bidster because Bidster's weight on the car. Look at the difference. That's what 160 kilos of weight does to your car with the tyres compared to Bradders. Yeah, Bradders' tyres knocking nice and fresh. Bidster's absolutely saying enough. But Bidster then goes down to 6th place, but he's faster at 130R and he knows it. Uses all the curb and goes round the outside of Bradders and then gets the inside into the chicane. Bidster is not giving up now. He's wanting every single point he can get to try and be ahead in the championship. Remember, it's it's Seek One, Bidster, Uncle, Intrepid, Techno, Jamo, Neil and Rodders, who will still all have a chance of winning this championship. Absolutely incredible chances of winning the championship here. So we've got the top 8 have definitely got a chance of still winning this championship. But actually, I dare say the top 12 maybe, but absolutely incredible stuff here. But Bidster holds on to Bradders then, and now back to up front. Neil Farmack's fuel gauge, they're going lower and lower and lower. So unless he pressures Red Bull into pitting as well, but we'll have to see. Red Bull then goes to him in 1st position still. Neil Farmack in 2nd. Keith and Stevie then together in the 2 Raybrigg Hondas. We've got Keith with much better tyre wear than Stevie. Remember, we can see this, the drivers can only see their own telemetry. We can see all the drivers' telemetry in the replays. So we know that Keith's got better tyres than Stevie, but Stevie will not know that. He might think his teammates are slightly worse and might attack him, so we'll have to see how that goes later on. But Bidster still fending off Bradders, and Bidster giving a good old school of defence to Bradders. This is how you keep a car behind, Sunshine. But he's not defending here, just sensibly not defending here, letting Bradders have a little poke. See if he can have a little poke, and he might be able to get him again into 130R. So Bradders goes through into 5th place. We're going to wonder if he can hold on, because we've seen how fast Bidster is to 130R. So we'll see if he can do out on the straight. Neil's still not pitting yet, with that fuel going down to fumes, and now it is actually on red. His fuel is now on red with only a couple of laps left. Will it be worth pitting and then trying to, because the pit lane is stupidly fast, which actually might play into his advantage here. Unrealistically fast, should I say, and stupid. But Bradders runs wide at the chicane, Bidster closes right up again. No, gives him a little nudge, saying, there you go, a little boost for you. Don't ever say I don't do it for you. But Bidster then gives him a little nudge. Intrepid goes through in 8th. Rodders now in 9th place. Closing on Intrepid now. He's closing on him. You can see the cars in front as well. So Rodders will try and pick up as many places as he can. Every single point counts, because he's still got a chance in the championship. As Intrepid then lets him go through, there's no point trying to hold him off, because he's just got much fresher tyres and less weight, so might as well try and let him pull him along a bit. Good sensible driving there from Intrepid. There's Neil Farmack, the low fuel brigade. He'll be wishing that had some kind of electric motor in it now, but unfortunately not the case. Well, in fact, or should I say fortunately, because I don't like electric cars. Just a personal opinion. You know, everyone has their own opinion. Stevie there in 3rd, Keith 4th, Bradders 5th, Bidster in 6th. Firepower closing up now in 7th. Could he actually ever go at Bidster in these last few laps? 53.0 for Firepower last time, 53.8 for Bidster, so 8/10 difference, and that looks like a good couple of second gap. So if Firepower can pull another few tenths out of the bag on this lap and the next one, could see himself in another position, but we'll have to see. Like I say, catching up is one thing, passing is quite another, as the famous Murray Walker used to say. Blakeney in 12th, with Darren behind in 13th as he goes wide. Massive twitch into the first Degner there, and don't want to do that too often, because that can spell disaster. That could have the car going backwards into the wall if he's not careful. So just got to take it a little bit more steady. There's Bids, there's Bradders. Bradders is catching the Raybriggs now. Bradders is catching the Raybrigg Hondas. Stevie's gone through past Keith. Keith's thinking, oh well, I'll fend them off. But Keith's actually got better tyres at this point. Remember again, we can see this. They can't. Keith now on the strong defence of Bradders now. Keith is going to try and keep them off. Keep the Wacos Lexus off the back of his teammate. Keith will try, but Bradders will try and get past. Onto red fuel now for Keith as well. Keith's fuel not looking good here, but luckily he might be able to do a couple more laps. Neil Farmack's had to back right off from Red Bull because he's not got enough fuel. He should have put more fuel in at his pit stop, but the Lexus has had to back right off now in order to get to the end of the race. So he must have put the fuel on. He must have put the fuel mix up to maximum lean on 6, because on the game it is. If you put on the fuel map settings, if it's 1, then that's the maximum fuel that you use. It's maximum engine power, and if you have it on 6, then it turns the engine down to very lean, so it doesn't use as much fuel. So, but it turns the power down. There's probably about a 30 horsepower difference between top and bottom. So, obviously, if you're running 30 horsepower down, you're saving fuel, but you're not going as fast. There's Stevie, still Keith, defending from Bradders here. Defending into the hairpin, making sure there's no opportunity for the Lexus to go through, and also it creates more of a gap to his teammate. Oh, Bradders has lost it anyway! Bradders loses it out of the corner, puts too much power on, and now he's got to wait for more or less everyone to go past. Oh, he's losing places over, losing more and more places. He now reverses the car enough so he can actually get going. Oh no, he hits the wall again, and now he gets going. Uncle goes through into 9th, and then he gets going in 10th place with Jamo. Looks like Jamo could be in for another place here if he's able to carry the speed. He might be able to carry the speed up to Spoon. Let's have a look. Catches up, goes to the inside. On the inside he goes. Bradders turns in. There's a car there. Bradders, you can't turn in if there's a car there. I'm sorry, but you can't. So you've got to watch your mirrors a bit more, mate. Just be careful what's around you. But Bradders' race goes from bad to worse. And now Neil Farmack said, right, screw this fuel. I have saved enough. I am going for it. I don't care if I cross the line on fumes. As long as I cross the line, it counts. So Neil Farmack now attacking on this last lap for Red Bull. Red Bull's got to survive one more lap, but the tyres are in favour of the Lexus, but the fuel is in favour of the Honda. Take your pick, place your bets. Stevie still 3rd, Keith 4th. They've got a bit more of a gap now to obviously to the car behind, which is Bidster now. Bidster doing very well with this weight on, but Rodders now is right behind him, and so is Firepower. He's got to hold off both cars, and fuel's not looking good as well, but he's just enough to get to the end probably. So at least Bidster's not put too much fuel in for once, where Rodders absolutely put way too much in. He's still got a 1/3 of a tank left. He could go to lap 35 if he wanted to. But Bidster on the strong defence now from Rodders. Out the corner as we go. Oh, Neil's took the lead! Neil's took the lead on the last lap. Red Bull makes a mistake at the exit of the hairpin, and Neil Farmack takes the lead of the race on the last lap. 27 laps have gone by with Red Bull having a nice lead, and Neil Farmack takes it on the last lap. But now Neil's got to get to the end without running out of fuel. Can he do it? Ah, the tension. It's mounting. Stevie and Keith still in the same spot. Rodders and Bidster side by side. Bidster gets mugged by Rodders. His tyres have gone. The fuel's on the way out as well with the more weight on the car. The tyres have had it. Now Firepower looking for a way through as well. But now back to the leaders into the chicane for the last time. Red Bull having a last-ditch effort to pass him. Right behind the Lexus. But he's got to get to the end, and we can't see any fuel on his fuel gauge, but there's somehow some there. He's running on vapour. Neil Farmack takes a brilliant win here at Suzuka, nicks it off Red Bull, who holds the lead for the most of the race and gets nabbed on the last lap. Well done to Neil Farmack and Red Bull with a brilliant performance from both drivers there. There's Stevie and Keith going through the 130R. There's Rodders, and Firepower's got past Bidster as well. Firepower's got past him, but Bidster ever going to the last corner. He's going to try, but I don't think he'll be able to get through unless he can do a cutback. But it's going to be Stevie who gets the podium finish in 3rd. Keith takes 4th. Rodders 5th. It's Firepower an amazing 6th. 7th for Bidster with the weight on. Impressive stuff. And impressive from Intrepid and Uncle with the weight on as well. 8th and 9th for them. Jamo in 10th. Bradders is going to finish in 11th position for Bradders there. 11th for Bradders. Darren coming round 130R now. Just getting to the end of the race. There's Blake. Bert as well. Seat 1. So what an incredible finish that was. Can't believe they got Neil and Red Bull passing each other on the last lap. We'll get that in the replays at the end as well to make sure we get that footage for you. But there goes Darren, finishes 12th. Well done to Darren. Blake in 13th. 13th for Blake. Well done to him. Bert in 14th. Well done to Bert on his GT Sport debut as well. And seat 1 is going to round off the 15 with maximum weight on. So, that was an epic race. We will now take you to the results of the race, followed by the overall point standings and the replays. And now we take you to the replays of the second half of the race. Here's a replay on lap 15 of Firepower's Ricardo Zonta moment with Hackney and Schumacher at each side. Intrepid's on the left, and then watch Rodders, there he is. Then boom, brakes, and then Rodders goes past, and Intrepid holds on to 5th. And now here's a replay on board with Blake on lap 20. Watch Bert in front for the slide of all slides. Goes in a bit too hot, catches the AstroTurf there, slide, full opposite lock, Formula Drift style, and holds the car, but Darren and Blake go straight through. And here's a replay of Bradders' brilliant race that he was having, of how it all came crashing down. Here we go into the hairpin. Oh, we're looking back from Keith's car. See, Bradders gets close. He's on the curb, but he gets too much power on as he exits the curb, right into the wall, and then he has to stay there for ages while everyone goes past him. You see there's Intrepid, and then he's got a bit of a gap now to reverse a little bit. And there's Uncle coming out the corner, and Uncle has a bit of a squirm on as well. Then we finally get the power on and rejoin just in front of Jamo. And now here's a replay of how Neil Farmack took the lead from Red Bull on the last lap into the Degners. See, Red Bull just cuts across the side there a little bit. Neil Farmack just right behind him, and Red Bull just makes a little mistake, runs a tiny bit wide. Neil Farmack gets a good run and gets through on the inside and gets through into the hairpin. Red Bull tries to fight back, but Neil closes the door. No way through for Red Bull, and Neil brings it home for a brilliant win as Red Bull has a massive slide on as he's annoyed at getting past. And here's a replay of Bidster on the last lap as well. He's in 5th position, but his tyres are well and truly gone, and the weight on the car is not helping with the 160 kilo he's carrying. And there you see, Brothers goes straight up the inside of him. He gets a good run out the corner. Bidster's trying to fight back into the hairpin, but Brothers has got it done. So that's one. And now he has a little look at the inside again to try and get through, but to no avail. And we'll just fast forward ever so slightly here, and we see on the straight here, Firepower has got the run on Bidster here, and there he goes. He pulls out to overtake right round, even before we get to 130R, and takes the 6th place. That was the replays of the second half, and now on to the results of the endurance race. It is Neil Farmack who wins. Well done to Neil Farmack, only just ahead of Red Bull. Close race at the end there, with Stevie then in 3rd place, rounding off the podium in the rear brick Honda, with his teammate Keith behind him in 4th. We've got Rodders in 5th place in the Motor Tech car, with Firepower in 6th in the Craft Sports machine. 7th for Bidster and 8th for Intrepid. And we have over the page, we have Uncle in 9th place with Jamo in 10th. Bradders finishes in 11th with Darren in 12th place. Blake finishes in 13th with the Motor Tech car, with Bert in 14th. Seek in 15th with the Calsonic car with all the weight on, and Techno is in 16th place. Neil Farmack takes the fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.3. And now we move on to the standings after round 6. It is Bidster in the lead, only by 1 point ahead of Neil Farmack, 139 to 138. Uncle on 137, again so 1 point between them as well. Seek 1 on 135, Intrepid in 5th on 134, very, very close at the top of the championship. Rodders on 126 ahead of Jamo on 125 for 6th and 7th. 8th is Techno on 122. 113 for Red Bull, 99 for Stevie, 97 for Firepower, 96 for Keith, 94 for Cyrex, 93 for Blake. Oh my word, it's so close, I can't believe it. Bradders on 46 and Will on 27 at the back in 16th. What a championship this is going to be in the last round. And now we go on to the team scores. It is 274 for Calsonic in the lead, ahead of Denzo Cabelco on 256. 250 for the Autobax Hondas on 219 for the Autotech cars. 195 for Ray Brigg. We've got Craft Sports on 191. Wacos Lexus on 184, with Zent Lectures rounding off the teams on 178. So as we come back from that then, your winner of the race is the Wacos Lexus of Neil Farmack there. Within the background there you see Red Bull's car there. He was in the lead for almost the whole race, and then Neil Farmack took it on the last lap. And brilliant race by all, but well done to the Wacos Lexus of Neil Farmack with a good win. And we will see you guys next time for the last round of this championship, the Super GT Championship. And I can tell you we have got 8 people fighting for the championship in the next one. Fantastic. We will see you then at Kyoto. Take care. That was some brilliant racing around Suzuka. Hope you all enjoyed round 6 there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to LPB Racing to follow the championship right to the very end, which will be the next round at Kyoto. Right to Kyoto for the long circuit, the Miyabi and Yamagiwa circuit. We will see you then for the sprint race.